What's happening? Chupacabra Off-Road coming back. Here with Andrew again, and this is part one of the Chup Turbo Twins build. If you guys have been watching our YouTube channel, you probably saw the video where we picked up our new rides for this desert season. A couple of 2019 Turbo S 4-seaters and awesome cars out of the box, and we're trying to get these things all dialed for desert season. So phase one of this project, let's give you guys a little background of what products we're using, why we chose those products, and then just chat a little about what our options were and what we wanted, and we'll go from there. So
sounds good.
I'm gonna grab the camera here, and starting off with real quick here in Andrew's garage, El Centro, California, one of the other headquarters here. Chupa, here's Andrew's car. 0 miles on it, and it's already ripped apart, ready to go. So we'll start off with roll cages. Over here you can see my new cage. Just drove all the way to Temecula. Madigan Motorsports picked it up today. So starting off with the roll cage, we have pretty similar tastes. We kind of put down a whole list of products, what we thought we would want, and then reach out to some of these companies, see if they would help us out with maybe better pricing or deals. And both really like Madigans. I had a Madigan cage on my 2017 RZR. I like the option of going with the windshield, which I'm going to try, and there's not. We're both going to do some roll cages, and a couple similarities, but a lot of differences.
Exactly. A lot of differences, single whips, roof racks, all that stuff. So
we'll point out those differences when they both get mounted up, mine versus Andrew's. We also went with the Madigan doors, which is just a really clean look. I've always wanted the full custom doors. I really like how they're going to change the look of the car and add a lot to it. So I got the gray RZR, if you recall, and we got a matching gray OEM powder coat, and boom, moving right along the wheels. Half-baked powder coating here in El Centro hooked us up big time. Here's a little snippet of what my vehicle is going to look like, and of course I throw a little bit of teal on there. Andrew Method wheels, Tensor tires, definitely the top of our list. We run the Instagram, we run all the social channels, and we're always geeking out over the vehicles with the Tensor 35s.
33s.
Decided to go with 33 1015s on the 5-inch Method 401R wheels. So a lot of cool wheel and tire options out there. I did a couple reviews of the BFG tires, which are phenomenal. The ITP Ultracross, which I got on the race car, which are really good. But why'd you want to spend your money on these out of everything that you could choose from?
I've had a lot of different tires, running different RZRs, from the Ryasons to the Tensors. I really like the Tensors. They're a true race tire, ready to go, and we believe 33 is the best size tire for these side-by-sides. 35s are a little on the big side. Running such small axles, 35 is a lot of mass to rotate, so decided to go with the 33s that coming in at 39 pounds per tire compared to 44 pounds on the 35s.
Yeah, you know, I think about it a lot when you're on a lot of trails. Like, I've always wanted 35s. They came out, they look amazing. But I feel like if the 33 had launched too, maybe a lot of side-by-side guys would have gone with those. Arizona Peace Trail, anywhere I ride, I feel like most of the riding spots are definitely taken over by side-by-sides, and a lot of the big rocks are knocked out of the way. So, you know, obviously you'd like a little bit more if we're rock crawling in Moab and whatnot, but I feel like a 33, like you said, like a 32, and we're usually rolling over everything. We have a little bit taller tire. These are lighter than the stock tires, which I think is better peace of mind, increasing acceleration, increasing braking performance. And these are race tested. The 35s have won races on a Class 10 car, a heavier, higher horsepower, higher wheel travel vehicle. So
now be Best in the Desert certified, score certified. You can run these in all those races now.
Yeah, not that these vehicles are probably ever going to see a score or a Best in the Desert race per se, but nice peace of mind. We both are going to have full-size spares, and hopefully should never need to plug them, never need our spares. So that was that. Lightweight wheels. I just love the look of these wheels. I'm not going to lie. I mean, there's some beautiful Raceline wheels. There's some beautiful KMCs and others, but I just can't get over how good these look, especially with half-baked powder coat jobs. So I'm actually going to be running pretty minimalistic on the teal, but decided to spend a little bit of extra and get the custom powder coat. So that's wheel and tire setup. Andrew, since we're over here looking at seats, again, we both kind of agreed. PRP, big name here in the Southwest, Southern California, and of course you can go custom. So Andrew and I both have some custom options. Andrew's going to run a lot more blue on his vehicle, and break down just some of the basic fabric options that you chose and little nuances.
So I chose to go with the vinyl seat. It's good for cleaning. I was thinking about maybe doing a tweed or they have this new material called XL. It's more of a cloth material, a little bit cooler in the summertime. You don't stick to it when you sweat. Then I came down to cleaning it. Vinyl is going to be easy. You take a wet rag, you wipe your seats down, it dries off, you don't have to worry about it. Cool options, full suspension seats from PRP. They're their new GT3s from PRP. We went Gucci with it and got seat heaters for the front 2 seats, so really cool. Removable seat pad, as you can see, wire here for heat. But full suspension seat on below, which makes it nice for cleaning out the sand from Glamis, wherever you're riding. But probably some of the best seats that I've ever sat in a side-by-side. And
these are extra wide, which is about 1 inch wider than normal?
Yeah, so they're extra wide. I'm a big guy, so went with the extra wide. It costs a little bit more money, but that inch makes a big difference.
Similar seats for me. I went with the narrower, also went heated seats. Speaking of heated seats, a big theme of my vehicle is making it really comfortable for the wife and kiddos. Reason I needed to get a 4-seater, but never had a glass windshield, which I'm excited to try. And with seat heaters, I mean, I don't know how the missus can't be comfortable if we take it out to get dinner, we end up in Sedona, we end up on a cold dune ride. So excited about those, and man, just excited to get them in and try those things out. So seats are all dialed. Speaking of PRP, we are using harnesses.
The 5.3 sewn-in harnesses from PRP. 3-inch harness, has the pad up on the shoulders, sewn in, so you're not funneling with 4 different straps trying to get buckled in. You have your one race harness style latch, and makes it easy for getting in and out of the car.
Always one of those that are sewn together, and it's more not so for me, but when someone kind of new gets in your car, they just kind of fumble around with them forever. So big fan of the 3-inch on top, most comfortable harnesses I've ever tried. I'd say one of the best on the market. So PRP, thank you guys, awesome, really excited to run those products, and let's move along. Moving on to lighting. So Baja Designs, top of our list. We think they're the best lights in the game, hands down.
Best lights in the game. I ran Chinese bars, I ran KCs, I ran rigid. I've never had good luck with any of those. Baja Designs, hands down, best lights on the market right now.
Yeah, so I have some rigid lights on my race car. Worked really well. I've also had Chinese light bars. I've had Vision X, and obviously Baja D, rigid, these cost significantly more than just your Amazon light bar. So we're going to be doing some cool videos just to kind of talk about not only what you get for that type of money, but also how you arrange them on our vehicle. So looking really quickly at Andrew's car, he's got the new headlight kit already installed, which I am also going to have. We're going to have different light bars, different chase lights, and Andrew's going to have some additional lighting on his bumper.
On the bumper, running 3 XL Pros, along with a 30-inch Racer Edition light bar up on the roof rack, along with some S2s out back in the chase light area, as long as with their rock light kit. So Baja Designs really stepped up and really made it good for us.
Yeah, so really excited to get those going, and we'll give you some a breakdown once we get these things set up and why we chose the light setups we chose, and we'll test those out in different environments, because when I'm tuning, I like more peripheral, and then obviously when we're doing big group rides in the dust, their chase lights are second to none, and I got a little Arizona set up with blinkers for the rear when I'm on the roads and stuff. So get those going here soon. Speaking of lights, we'll just talk a little bit about wiring. Andrew's probably the most excited about these Switch Pros. So Andrew really wanted a Switch Pro. Andrew's like super technical with all this stuff, so I'm kind of just taking the lead with some of the things that he really knows about. I know the Switch Pros are sweet. I know they're over $500. We got a deal on them at the Sand Show. They had a discount. Thank you guys for offering a discount there. and Andrew put his in already in his RZR, and I don't think he's more excited about anything other than this setup. So first off, you can tell mounting bracket from UTV Inc. made specifically for the Turbo S. It's got some, what else did you do to get this all to work?
So pretty much what I did was I used the UTV Inc. mounting bracket for the Turbo S. Comes pre-drilled for the Switch Pros, which makes life easier getting stuff set up. I went with the Blue Seas 8-circuit junction box, also with another 4 junction box to run my PCI radio, my intercom, and my Parker pumper from PCI. But these things are by far the easiest wire job I've ever dealt with. I've done a couple RZRs, you know, and I feel like I keep excelling at it and keep getting better at it, but these Switch Pros are by far the easiest thing I've ever wired on a RZR. You start off with your computer, programmable, Bluetooth, has an app, love it. Totally worth the $500+ for this setup. Makes it really simple, clean, as you see on the dash over here.
Yeah, Andrew, why don't you pull up the app while you turn on the dash and we can show people, first off, just how it mounts up onto the Turbo S. We both have the Dynamics version with ride command, and fits right in this spot where 3 switches would go. Now you've got a panel here for 8 switches, so you can see how Andrew kind of laid things out, but it's very thoughtful product in terms of him not accidentally leaving his seat heaters on. So why don't you explain how cool the app is and how cool this product is?
So the app's really cool. You can run it with the ignition off. You can control your switches totally from your app here. So say you can name all your switches in the settings of the app. Also, you can change the configuration of the switches. So pretty much what you can do is, say you're at the hill at night, or you're out at night and you want, you know, your whip on, you want your dome lights on, you want your rock lights on. You can turn those switches to where they run off the battery. Also, you can have switches that will run off the ignition. So basically what's cool about it, so say we go on a cold night ride and we have the seat heaters on. As soon as I turn the ignition off, it's gonna kill the seat heaters. So I don't automatically leave those seat heaters on. Next morning I wake up, dead battery, which is really cool. Change the color, white, blue, red, green, but then you can go click on the big color and actually play with the colors here. If you like pink, you can run pink.
So I told you Andrew's really excited about the Switch Pros.
Yeah.
Pretty amazing, and very clean. Got all the switches that he's going to use right here, and awesome setup. So excited to get this working here, and we'll go do a little follow-up once we get these cars all dialed.
Definitely.
Probably out here in Glamis pretty soon, or in the desert nearby. Since we're looking at it, stereo PCI radios, excuse me. I'm going to basically just copy the exact same setup that Andrew has. Andrew, which setup did you go with, PCI, and why?
So PCI, I've ran PCI in my last 2 cars. We think personally PCI is probably one of the best ones on the market. We hit them up and asked to see what they could do for us, and we still paid for it, but they hooked us up with it. The one I'm running on here is the 4Link Pro Elite with PSP and Bluetooth with the Kenwood radio. They do make a cheaper version that comes with an ICOM radio, but the Kenwood is by far the best radio out in the market.
Yeah, and then they've got the higher end track setup, right? Which unfortunately would require a new helmet wiring setup, correct?
Yep, exactly. So if you really like listening to music, the track system is by far some of the best stuff out in the market. Has a true left and right audio output. So you really get that stereo sound quality from them.
Yeah, so on my race car, you know, I've got the PCI setup as well, but I don't have the track setup. So helmets are already wired. For me to upgrade to tracks or take turns jumping in each other's car, be a bit of a pain, more expense. I personally don't listen to music. I think my wife will when we plug in and go on rides. So that's kind of like from our buddy who's a PCI expert, what he recommended to us. So near the top end of what they offer, but that's some of the reasons why I decided to go with that. And also just Andrew knows the stuff, and I think this is probably the best bang for the buck of the setup for what we wanted. So you're wiring up all 4 seats?
Yes, I will be wiring up all 4 seats, so we have intercom throughout the whole car. Have the car-to-car radio from Kenwood.
Andrew on the nice little steering wheel. I might have to at least get the little button. I would love having my push-to-talk right on the thumbs access so you don't have to take your hands off the steering wheel. So clean little steering wheel here from MPI as well.
Yeah.
Even though it's totally throwing off the whole color scheme.
It's all good.
So speaking of electrical, 5150 whips, awesome whips. I'm running 2 4-footers, toolless removal. Kind of give a little idea. They're going to go on the rear corners. Andrew's running a single setup, fully lighted, fully adjustable Bluetooth lead. As we get closer, of course, Chupacabra accessories. You can see Andrew's got his helmet already set up, and he's going to be running our new blue barrel mirrors, which are going to look really cool. So he's got a custom wrap he's working on right now on Wolf. Got to put up some initial design just the other day on Instagram. Got a lot of good feedback from you guys, so thanks for that. And excited to see if that changes his opinion, what he goes with. But got an interesting color scheme with some black, gray, the Polaris blue as well as the teal.
Teal, of course, and a little bit of yellow in there. So looking forward to it. Stay tuned. Check these builds as they evolve through the time. We will be documenting it. As you see on Instagram already, we've been adding pictures as I'm installing parts as I go. We got 3 weeks till Camp RZR, so will be the big reveal at Camp RZR for both cars. So.
Yeah, Andrew's got to pick up a lot of his stuff from the powder coater tomorrow, and he's going to get going on the cage. He was smart and already got everything wired before, because that front crossbar added to the roll cage would make wiring a complete nightmare.
Yes, exactly.
So step 1, we dropped off our shocks like we said. I'm going to take this back to Arizona tomorrow, get going on my wiring, get my cage installed, and like Andrew said, Camp RZR in a couple weeks. Excited to get these new rigs going, and looking forward to ripping them. So thanks for watching. If you guys like this, we've got a lot more great content coming your way. Tune in for part 2 of the Chup Turbo Twins coming soon. Thanks.
And make sure you tune in on our Instagram. Make sure you're following us for Camp RZR. Got some cool stuff coming.
Yeah, sounds good. See ya.